Microphone.
Your microphone?
I mean, my laptop.
Oh.
I like to read from a laptop first.
Yeah, we wrote down the questions, and he is blind, so...
Do y'all do y'all edit them, or is it just like one?
A little bit. We would prefer the one-take method, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We get the authenticity.
Yeah, we need to let people know that we're not fake.
Yeah.
You gotta recut it so.
No, they call this. They get a little bit of this banter.
Yeah.
Because who doesn't love
They love a good banter.
Yeah,
yeah.
who doesn't?
Hey, Neil, sign this.
Banter. Don't read these. I know they're on your right, but don't read them.
Yeah, man. I'm looking at my. Don't worry.
Hey,
I'm
look at me.
All right.
Okay. Hey, Michael, you want to turn your microphone a little bit more towards you? Like, twist it. There you go.
Is that the microphone?
Yeah, that's the microphone.
Okay.
It didn't,
okay.
Did it work? No, it
Try and
didn't work.
move this.
Whoever's phone was that, silence it
Not mine.
now.
It was yours.
Wasn't mine.
Yeah, it's on your laptop.
Damn, son.
It's where?
Behind on the
Okay.
laptop.
Okay, I got it. So sorry, guys. You're such a not a professional.
I think I'm gonna leave actually.
No, please. We haven't even introduced you yet. Okay.
Look at her. Right?
So we start with a little clap.
Yep. Start. You do this with
Three.
us.
3, 2, 1.
Perfect. Okay.
Oh,
Hello, everybody.
Welcome back.
And welcome to the Cue the Roman podcast. I'm Simon,
I'm Michael.
and today we got a very, 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 very special guest. Why don't you introduce yourself and what you do in the arts?
Oh, that's a good question. I'm Niko
Last name?
Wilkins. Yeah.
Pronouns?
Niko Wilkins. He, him.
SSN? SSN?
358-207.
I don't know if that's accurate, so I'm gonna stop right there.
So yeah, I mean, most of what I do nowadays is I do a lot of directing and writing, acting. I mean, I go here to study acting.
Sure.
I do music. I'm trying to get more into composition, but I also have like my own little side projects where I do shit on my own, and I don't know. I like doing a little bit of everything, to be honest.
Yeah, dude. I mean, yeah, Nico is currently working as assistant sound design. Or is that the right term for
Technically, music composer. I'm more involved with like the writing and like teaching of it, as opposed to like the parts in it where it's like, ah, yes, there's a sound of a campfire and things like that.
Yeah.
I'm more helping out with like arranging,
Putting it
teaching,
together.
everything like that.
Yeah, he's doing that for Mr. Burns.
The show
I'm in. I think we've talked about it at some point.
At least once.
At least once. Who knows what order this will come out in, so...
Yeah.
But that's the show that we're doing. But yeah, and Nico is also a fellow senior in our class at ACU. Good pal.
Good pals.
I love seeing this guy. I mostly see him at functions, unfortunately.
I mostly see him at the gym. That's where I run into you.
Yeah, man, I like being like a little like cryptid, man.
Yeah.
Never let them know your next move. You just gotta appear when they least expect it.
That's kind of what I try and do. But I never show up to the parties. But yeah, we just want to talk a little bit about you as an artist, and just like what got you into art. Like we've talked about it a little bit about what brought us into art, and it's always been like, and everyone else we've talked to, and it's always like relatively similar things. And so we're just curious, what brought you into like acting, music, and writing?
Oh shoot. Well, I started the first play I ever did was in the 5th grade. And I auditioned.
Seniority over here.
Yeah. But like
Related.
the thing is, I auditioned. It was the school musical At the Bandstand was the name of it.
Oh, beautiful.
Oh yeah, and pretty much I auditioned for it like on a whim. Like I didn't really know what it was, and then not to be a guy, but I did get the lead in the 5th grade musical. like that. And,
Oh, like thespian over here.
but the thing is, like at that time, like a lot of the stuff I was in, truthfully, one of the first things that ever really really clicked for me about like acting and art is probably I feel like it might be a lot of people, but I'm a massive Heath Ledger fan. Like outside of like Joe, like I like adore, like he's like probably the first artist that I ever like truly really latched onto. And it started like, obviously for most people it's like, yes, The Dark Knight, Joker, obviously.
Fantastic. But then there's 12 Things I Hate About You?
I was like, yeah.
No, that's not him.
10 Things I Hate
10
About
Things I Hate
Yeah.
About You.
Well, that's the thing. So obviously The Dark Knight, I saw that first time in like second, third grade. I'm like, oh dude, this is fucking awesome, right?
Yeah.
But my mom loves the movie 10 Things I Hate About You, right? And so she would have it on. And there was one day where we were watching it and she was like, that's the Joker. And that genuinely blew my fucking mind. Like, I could not for the life of me believe that was the same guy.
Yeah.
That makes like a lot of sense that Heath Ledger is kind of like an inspiration for you, just for how you are, like in all the best ways. But
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
because like I could see you as the Joker, I could see you as the guy from 10 Things I Hate About You.
Yeah, I mean, you like a dark performance, something that really challenges the actor.
yeah, I mean, it was also like I like his approach. Like I watched, I've read books about like how he approached things. There's really good documentaries because he recorded a lot of. He recorded himself a lot because the main thing he wanted to do was direct.
Yeah.
But he died before he could ever like really like. You remember that show, The Queen's Gambit?
Yeah.
Where it's like he originally, like based off a book, he originally really, that was like the project he really wanted to make. He really wanted to make a movie adaptation of that. But there's all this leftover footage where he's not, where it's behind the scenes. Not a lot for like the Joker, but earlier on, like when he's doing like A Knight's Tale, The Patriot,
Yeah.
there's a lot where it's like you can really look and see his process and things like that. And like even like back in like 5th grade, 6th grade, when I first got this role, it was like, all right, now the main actor I know who is like, dude, this guy, like, the main actor I know where it's like, I already kind of understand was him. So like, I really just looked into, all right, how does he approach these things? How is he doing that? How is he doing this? Like,
How old were you when you were
11, 12,
Oh, okay.
maybe a little younger. Like, I mean, I was 5th grade, so probably around that.
Okay, so literally around that music.
Genuinely, one of the like biggest losses to the artistic community,
Absolutely.
specifically actors, as acting and directing standpoints go.
Oh, he's dead?
Oh.
Do you not know that?
No.
Wait, really?
No, I really didn't know that.
Oh, Heath Ledger, he overdosed after the Joker film, which he proceeded to win an Oscar for.
Yeah, he died right before it came out.
Really?
He died in the middle of filming his last movie.
Holy
It's like a Imaginarium of Dr. Parnassus.
You mind if I take a moment?
No, it's like it's really sad. Like
Yeah.
and just like, I mean, it's like it was a combination of substance abuse and mental health.
Yeah, I mean, he had insomnia that was really bad. So, like, he created his own, like, concoctions to, like, try to get him to sleep and things like that. And it just got out of hand.
Oh, wow.
Especially with the Joker. I know the Joker kind of, like, that role kind of took over his life a little bit.
Yes, and I feel like people over-dramatize.
It wasn't as bad as people
Yeah,
say
people are like,
it
oh,
was.
he did lock himself away. He did do the journal. He did all this. But people are like, oh, he really became the Joker. And all that. Like, you talk to people on the set, like,
It's still
he was going in and out of character. It wasn't like offset. Like he was talking people. He's talking in the Joker.
It wasn't like method acting.
Yeah, he wasn't pulling a Jared Leto or anything like that. He wouldn't be
Exactly. That's exactly
It
what
wasn't
Joaquin
great.
Phoenix, Joaquin Phoenix also like went a little bonkers.
Yeah, but even him, I think method acting. A lot of people misunderstand. Like I feel like people like Leto have completely fucked up method acting and like.
Yeah, I mean that's not the original method acting, and Jared Leto took it and reframed it, and that's what.
Well, yeah, for spectacle, for attention.
Yeah, I don't think Jared Leto, but yeah, that's actually like a good point because I know just about mental health. You've written it's about you wrote Our Silent Place, which is like an adaptation of
Silent Hill.
Silent Hill.
Special place.
Special place.
We both got it right.
No, it's close enough.
I said silent. It's anyways.
Yeah.
The point is Silent Hill play.
Yeah, but
Yes.
isn't that a deep amount of that is about mental health as well? And like, it's personally like I know for me, art has drastically affected my mental health. Sometimes for the better, sometimes for the worse. Is that like, how has that affected you like at all? If you would like to talk.
Oh yeah, I mean, I take everything from a psychological POV. I mean, I study psychology too.
So you're
because
borderline psychologist, yeah.
Yeah. Psychology major. Starting. Did you start as a psychology major? Or you
Yes.
into it? Okay.
I did, but I knew I wanted. The thing is, when I applied here, I thought that if I got turned down by VCU Theater, I couldn't reapply at all to VCU. So I was like, all right, fuck. I think I have a better chance of getting into psych than theater because I didn't really know I didn't really know what the expectation was or anything like that. So I came in and then I auditioned, and got it, and then that. But I mean, I like psychology because I feel like everything, the way I approach everything, the way I approach writing, the way I approach acting, it all is very much based in psychology and things like that. That's why Our Special Place, I like that story so much because it is fully, Silent Hill 2. I love that story so much because it is fully. You are fully trapped in the perspective of your character. Like you are fully immersed in his world, even if you don't understand it, because he doesn't understand it either. he doesn't understand what the fuck's going on, and that's the point of it all.
And did that like project like lead you into like Trendkill? Well, I know you said you wrote Trendkill in replacement of another play that you wanted to put on.
Trendkill is me pushing myself in a way where, one, it's a comedy. You know, I feel like a lot of people are like, oh yeah, dude, this guy always wants to make this weird dark shit like that.
But I like the dark shit.
Yeah,
personally.
And Trendkill was dark in its own way, but the whole thing is, all right, let's go full max absurdist, max this, but still, you know, of substance. And that was also very much based in, I guess, more of like a sociology. I kind of had an experiment in my brain that I wanted to kind of write out.
Yeah.
And then but then take that experiment, take the idea I had, and then, all right, but let's make it a little more absurd, just so that way there's entertainment value, and then underneath there is something to, to get across, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, so we've seen this like shift in you, like, over the course of these 4 years, that you came in as an actor, and now you're shifting into really going into this directing, writing kind of style. What pushed you to writing and directing over acting, I guess?
I just feel like I got a lot of, in a stupid sense, I feel like I have more to do directing. I'm a workaholic, to be dead ass. Like, okay. I'm in it for the game. I love the and acting, one of the reasons I love acting is the idea of, all right, when you get a character, you get to fully research everything about them. I like learning new things. I like, even if I don't get to like, even if it's just surface level, I learn a little surface level about every little thing that is of value to me. So even like, for example, I did that one show, Everybody Comes to Rick's, where it's like, I'm Casablanca, whatever. And I got really in, like, I'm looking at, and then it's like, all right, I'm looking, what was it like running clubs back then? What was it like, even like on a fundamental level of like, all right, drinks and things like that, Yeah, exactly. I think that's super interesting.
World War II.
Yeah, exactly. Like, all that was Casablanca, like, at that time period. And, just from that alone, I get ideas. I'm like, all right, you take that and do this with that. Directing with writing, you get full, I can write about whatever the hell I want.
Yeah.
I could say whatever, I got going on and things like that. And,
yeah. I mean, that's important to, like, express yourself in ways that you want to express yourself. And then, especially when you got those crazy out there ideas that, that need to be told.
That's the thing.
Need to be shared,
I don't like, and another thing is I try my best not, I really just want to go out there and just create like I don't like repeat, everything I do will always be pulled from, I'm always inspired from something. Great artists always steal from something like that. But my goal is, to the very least, you watch it and okay, this play was done by this guy. This was done by that guy, I take that, I love, like, for example, like David Lynch and people like that, where it's like, you watch a David Lynch thing, that's his style. This is how he views things. Hell, even like someone that's not as like artsy, like Nolan. I feel like you can tell when you're watching a Nolan movie, just the way it's framed, the way it's done.
With basically every director. I was actually taking a Hitchcock class over the winter intercourse, and it was talking about how all current directors, like film directors, take something from Hitchcock's stuff, and which the more and more I think about it, it's like, wow, that's insane. And just like you talking about it, like directors, all artists steal from other artists, and that's just realizing like I would watch things and go, oh, that's something Hitchcock did back in the 20s or whatever.
I mean, you see like these crazy like big blockbuster movies, and you're like, how did this one person just think of all of this? And I mean, they could have taken like some of that from other inspirations. I mean, I think that's also a nice comforting way to know that, like, you're not like super out of the league of being able to think of something like that. Because if you can get inspired by something, you can. It's not bad to use it.
That's especially. That's my rim.
No, not the ring. I know that was a bunch of jumbled words together, but
no, man.
So Niko, so I know we have wine here, which is super awesome, but would you like to take a shot?
Yeah.
With me?
I'll never say no.
Okay.
You could call me at like 3 a.m. Chances are I'll probably fucking slide my way over here.
You want to try this blueberry concoction?
Oh, the blueberry concoction?
Oh.
Dude, it looks like a fucking chug jug, man.
So
Yeah.
we have this ongoing thing where the night before any podcast, Simon just like he calls me late at night, and last night he was like,
Michael, I don't think we can hear you.
"Oh, well, then maybe you should speak for me."
Okay, well, sure.
So basically,
I just want to make sure people hear this.
Basically, what happens is
That works.
Simon wakes up late at night and then calls me with the question, and he's like pacing the room and whatever. And this,
I'll take it from here.
no. Please, let me finish the story.
Speak louder.
Anyways,
Thank you.
So then quite often he'll call me. Sometimes he'll even just show up on my roof and break in. And he said, I know Niko loves the red wine, but I wonder if he would take a shot with me.
It's so true. It's so true. And isn't that awesome? Like, it's crazy because I have the best ideas ever when I'm just, like, wide awake at 3 a.m. just super intelligent, like, not sleeping. Yeah, I mean, it's like, I think I have insomnia now because as soon as this podcast started, I just can't fucking sleep. And I was like, and honestly, I had another question for you. Like this, I had 2 burning questions of this. Will you take a shot with me?
Yes.
And the next one was, now, Niko, you wear a lot of black.
Yeah.
It's often we see you wear a lot of black.
That's a subtle color.
And I just had to, I'm sorry, I'm getting like really nervous right now. Are you emo or goth? And if not, why not?
Okay. One.
But before you answer that, let's take this
Oh
shot.
yeah, give me that. Right,
Michael, you gave us a whole package.
this looks like fucking like
and you guys are drinking the chug.
Wait, Michael, you should show,
Clorox.
you should show them what this is.
So this is sorry. This is Blue Jolly Ranchers and vodka.
Laundry detergent.
That's it.
Yep, that is it. And
We're gonna take a shot of this, and my chaser is gonna be
Red wine.
Michael. Can you hand me that monster, actually?
yeah.
Nico, do you want this? Do you want a chaser, or you just
no.
straight? Okay, but
Well, he's got one if he needs a
Yeah.
chaser.
okay.
Here, and I hope you all enjoy this concoction.
Yep. Here we go.
To friends.
To friends,
Friends.
to family,
Dink. I don't drink.
Right.
to friends.
Oh, that is syrupy.
I don't even need a fucking chaser. Holy shit.
That is like that is
That is like taking fucking cough medicine.
This is like coursing through the
Actually-
veins of an alien. Like it's so.
So we'll mix it with some Sprite, and that'll make it better.
I don't know, dude. Probably maybe you have to do something. That was like, oh my gosh, it was like gel. Oh my god.
I could feel it like running down my body.
Yeah, it was like it was an easy shot to take for sure.
Yeah, it wasn't necessarily like it was just like
I mean, it is like 30 Jolly Ranchers,
like,
and vodka. So
But yeah, answer my burning question.
Oh, well-
Oh yeah. So are you goth or are you emo? And if not, why?
I think both. I can't stand anyone that walks around saying they're emo or like just look the color. Like the reason I wear stuff like that is one honestly because it's just easy to match colors with it. Like I'm not too much like.
That's so fair.
But also the truth is like I wear a lot of I wear a lot of shirts for bands I like, and they
your
just
favorite band?
happen typo negative.
Never heard them.
90s like doom metal, like not even doom metal. They're kind of like
Doom metal?
not even doom metal. They're just kind of, but it's like imagine that, but then 2 minutes later it goes into a completely different song. It's still in the same. It's like a 12-minute
like a
song,
switch, like a
but like each section is like completely different, but they all match together.
That's
but it's
fun.
also like, but they there are metal things like that. But point is, I like a lot. I just get a lot of band shirts, and a lot of these bands I like, they do like the color black a lot.
that's fair. Honestly, that's a great explanation.
And black's a good color.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I love everything black.
Yeah.
I think we can all.
Okay, Michael. Yeah,
For those not watching,
Yes.
we all we raised our fist in
we did.
solidarity.
Yes.
Yeah, we love.
Especially during
That's why.
this cold winter time.
Yeah.
Anyways, enough about alcohol and
and
the color black.
I guess let's ask our next question.
Yeah,
here.
yeah,
So Nico.
Oh,
no, you
no,
go
no,
ahead.
no.
I've actually
no,
been
please.
asking.
You've asked other questions. I don't want to ask any questions.
No, but it's cool. I mean,
Michael,
it's,
let's outside.
it's just my podcast. Yeah.
no,
Sorry, just Nico and I were like bouncing off like ideas here.
Oh yeah, whatever. I didn't.
Michael, I didn't know you were invited.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, he's technically the other guest, but I didn't want to introduce him just because he just gives off weird vibes.
Okay, we get it. Ha ha, dog on the hot one. Anyways, so I just want to know. I'm trying to go. So when you sit down to write something, like, what's your goal? What do you hope to achieve? Like, I mean, because Simon and I are both also writers.
Yeah.
And, like, I wrote my own solo show, and Simon's written a play. And personally, when I sit down to write, I go, okay, like, what's the story I'm trying to tell, and how can I tell it? Because normally everything I write about is, unfortunately, relatively deep. And so I try and find humanity and humor in it. So I often put a lot of really, really dark jokes.
Yeah.
Like one of them, I make a cancer joke. I spell out the word cancer and go, not the astrology, I'm a Gemini. But yeah, so like,
Well, do you want to mention that you had it? Not that.
oh yeah, I did have cancer. We're chilling.
Let's get that out of
It's
the
all
way.
going.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah. But anyways, it's good. We're fine.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, so like, what are you trying to achieve when you write? And like, just tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah.
Well, there's always a million different ways. One of the things that kind of depends for me is, what am I writing? Am I writing a film script? I'm writing a theater script, because that changes in terms of practicality.
Yeah.
It's different stories for different mediums.
And dialogue.
Yeah,
in general.
exactly.
Yeah.
And, I basically, what I do is I keep a big old folder, a doc somewhere where I just keep ideas. Like, I mean, really like absurd ideas. And, what I do is, let's say, sometimes it is just art. I have a concept that I just want to start writing out.
Yeah.
Here. And then, what I try to avoid is, unless I'm adapting something, I really try to avoid having it mapped out where it's like, all right, it needs to get to this point by the end, because that makes it really difficult. That just creates a lot of traps when I'm writing. Yeah, it traps me, because it's like, all right,
That's it.
now I've formed all these characters. I've created new plot scenarios, new plots that might contradict my original outline. And
So
then
you do an outline, but you just don't
Depends.
put like an ending.
Well,
Or...
I never do an outline necessarily. Sometimes I do, like, if it's like really broad enough, or I just have a starting point.
yeah.
But I never try to confine it to one thing. Instead, what I do is I keep writing, and then sometimes, let's say I'm writing to a point where it's like, all right, I'm kind of stopped. I go to that folder of ideas and I say, all right, what's in here that I can rework and make it fit into what I have going here. And then it is just, taking a bunch of ideas, building them, stacking them until it forms something overarching. And hopefully, if you go in with like an idea that's already thought out, that's already planned, then you'll know which ideas to pick out that will build to the original concept.
What to add, what to cut.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Actually, so I also have a very similar folder that I kind of forgot about till you just mentioned that.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, 100%. These are two movie ideas I had.
Let's see.
I'm going to read one of them. I'm not reading the other one because I don't remember that. This one was from 1:01 p.m. 7/10/24. So this dude's sister gets kidnapped and turned into a streetwalker for a pimp. While out one night, the pimp kills her. The brother vows to get his revenge and goes on a John Wick killing spree, killing pimps and other brothel-like racketeers. He kills a bunch of them, but gets caught in the end. But all the people he freed are protesting outside the courthouse and shit, and he gets 20 hours of community service, or a really stupid punishment for how many he killed. What are your thoughts on that movie idea?
Was that good? Is that good?
Yeah, is that like 10 out of 10? Like, you would...
I think there's something there.
Yes!
I think,
I
Okay.
can't believe
Now
I
that
wrote
we're sharing
at 1 a.m.
Now
No,
that we're sharing
1:01
things
PM.
in our notes app, I wrote down titles for like indie songs. If I were to hear them, I have to find them here. Hold on. It was I got it. Ooh, this is gonna be great.
Oh, I'm scared.
This is gonna be so
I'm on
great.
the edge of my seat.
If I can find it, I don't know if I like. Yeah. The first one is called "I Had to Kill My Air Fryer." Just.
It happened to me once.
Just like it's about the how technology is advancing and how at some point we may have to kill our own technology.
It's beautiful.
Hammer.
That might even be like a short film or a like a play worthy. I had to kill my air fryer.
Yeah, dude. That's why I had to write it down. I got another one here. My favorite artist is a femboy.
Is that talking about yourself?
It is, because my favorite artist is the femboy.
And you are a
And I thought that would be like a fun little song to do.
Yeah. A little jive with it.
Well, my favorite artist is a femboy. Yeah, exactly.
Beautiful.
I got 2 more for you guys.
Yeah, please.
My favorite smoke shop is closed for renovations.
That's really sad. That's a
I
depressing.
throw
song.
myself off the roof, man.
Honestly, I was like,
Good thing your windows are up.
honestly, I'm glad I'm getting this out now because like this is like some hurt that I've been going through.
Some deep things.
Yeah, it's
We're need to talk, man.
this is true because I remember I went to my favorite smoke shop and they're closed, and I literally pulled my phone out and I was like, you know what? That would be a good subject of an indie song.
I think he FaceTimed me crying and was like, I don't know how I can do this anymore. The people who work here are so kind. And
Yeah, and they give me the best discounts, and they're my homies. I dap them up every time I go in there. That's our thing. And then my last one here is I just saw a grown man use a fidget spinner.
that might be the best one by far.
Really?
Yeah,
there's a lot.
wow.
This location is immense.
Yeah, I'm glad I'm glad I was able to share that.
Yeah, I'm glad you wrote that down, and I hope you know this is a safe space. And we're glad you were able to share that.
Yeah, I'm feeling very vulnerable right now, so thank you guys for being there for me.
But yeah,
But let's bring it back
yeah,
to the episode.
to you and not us.
Oh no, this is I'm learning here.
Yeah, feel free to use any of those ideas for.
Oh yeah, dude. I just plagiarize. I'm about to plagiarize everything, guys.
Pimps and Streetwalkers. I can't believe I wrote that.
Is that the name? Is that the Pimps and Streetwalkers on Michael Mayberry's original work?
No, that's awesome.
Anyways,
You've been watching too many Italian movies. It's out of hand.
Okay.
Yeah,
Anyways, but yeah, so like we talked about how you were an actor first. What has been like the most influential part of being an actor, and like what has it done for you?
Well, I've learned a lot. Like, I mean, it's just like, oh yes, I've learned a lot by acting, but you know, surely, you know, I mean, and I don't mean just like on like a acting, you know, service level. I feel like, you know, it is a very introspective thing.
Yeah.
And I've had some, you know, introspective like moments, I guess, with it. Like, you know, this is a deep one here, I guess, but it's something I always I generally kind of credit it to like a lot here, I guess. So, oh shit, I guess I gotta go into this now.
If you like.
Yeah. I mean, in 8th grade, we did a production of "It's a Wonderful Life," and I was George Bailey. I was the Jimmy Stewart, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
And like this is like, you know, the full. It basically was putting on the full movie, I guess. Like it was a script, which is like,
oh wow,
for an 8th grader,
That's a lot.
that's crazy.
yeah, like that was the whole
my
thing.
God.
But there was also like there was some weird overlap with that show and then what was going on like real life, I guess, like that. Like, you know, I had like my grandma was dying at that time, I guess. But like the thing was, I was like, I mean, she was like, it had like the funeral happened like mid rehearsals, but like it was, but the thing that was crazy was there's a part in the play where he's going to a funeral for his dad, and then in that funeral, he's like, there's the what's his name? There's like the villain, St. Potter or something like that. But point is like he's the antagonist of the movie. He's like this like greedy banker dude who's showing up. He's like kind of like there talking shit about his dad and all that shit. And it was kind of like a thing where it's like, all right, you know, I'm getting direction. Like this is literally the weekend. You know, this we're blocking this and doing this the weekend before I gotta go like
to a funeral
to do like be like a fucking like do a pallbearer for the first time and shit like that. So I'm getting like direction on like you know the teachers talking to us like they haven't been to a funeral, like, you know, these are 8th grade, these are middle schoolers,
Right,
you know?
right.
So the directing's like, and then like all this stuff, and it's like, all right, and then, you know, now we're blocking a funeral, directing a funeral. I gotta act. I gotta be an actor whose dad just died and do all this, and then next weekend go do that, and then immediately go back into it, and then just poof, poof. And I guess that kind of like, you know, that whole experience right there. Then also that, but also it was so many lines and so much shit that like, you know, I was like, my mom was helping me a lot too, like during that, like get those lines. That's genuinely that's probably a show where like still to this day a show where I've had the most lines. Maybe Rick's had more, but like I think this show, like, genuinely in terms of the most lines I've ever had to memorize, it was that play. So like that whole experience of that, and then like me and my mom kind of like working together like through that. Like we didn't even like talk about like 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 my grandma as much as like we just like, all right, we're gonna go in, we're gonna spend hours just working. Like she's gonna help me memorize lines, and like not even like she wasn't even helping me act. It was just like she would just read everyone else, and I'd just be going through it with her. And I guess that I remember that play happened, and then what happened was then I had a week where I caught like the flu. And so, but there's a reason why I'm going into this. Because this is like maybe a month later. And I had a lot of times just to sit around. And that's when I really went on a Heath Ledger binge. We're weaving it back together.
Yeah, it all started off for...
But, I really went into it. And I really just went, I was watching like, things about it. And all that, plus then having that time to really sit, it really clicked for me. Having the flu sitting there and just having nothing but time just to go through, have the experience to reflect upon, and then kind of like, go through. And I'm talking about that because this is actually something that really clicked with me recently, like about like I really looking back on that process of that, doing that show and things like that, where it really kind of came clear to me. Like it's kind of one of those things with like I was like sitting like it was like a year ago. It's like I was thinking about it's like that was kind of weird.
Yeah,
that whole experience and everything like that. And since then, I always I was involved in everything in high school, acting like that, and really taking in everything I could. And when I took in everything, it was also like taking in direction. It was taking in like watching how everything's run. I really, one of the reasons why I like directing less because I really like working with crew. Honestly, they might drive me crazy. I might drive them crazy because I always would be like, we need lights doing that. We need 1,000 sound cues. But I really value things in a show such as lighting, sound, make it feel as smooth as possible, things like that. I really like, so like getting directing, getting to really work with crew people, getting to work with tech people. That's been one of the most exciting things for me, honestly, in like a long time.
Wow.
Like I really value like, conference, like, conversating where it's like, I have these ideas, I have these.
You like collaboration. I mean, that's great. I mean, especially, I feel like that's a great thing to have as a director to be, to want the collaboration, because the worst thing you can be is, I'm going to do it my way. Mm-hmm. You got to do it this way.
And I'm still kind of like, don't get me wrong. I am fully like, that's what I'm saying. Like sometimes God, like, like during our special plays, things that's like, I remember there was like a joke at David who did the lights, this thing where it's like, what the fuck? I said the lights need to be, like I said something. It wasn't moist. It was like something where like I described the lights where it needed to be like moldy and things like it's like these lights need to be moldy or they need to be this. And he was and like, but like then it was all right. I'm giving I love that. Just give interpret that.
But that's nice. Those like descriptive words really helps because I used to do lighting and I can just imagine like what it was like. That has to be so helpful. Other than
that's what I'm saying. I like when you said that, I was like, that sounds really helpful. Like, yeah, I mean, unless you don't know what to do, like, I mean, that's not really. I mean, I feel like that's a good descriptor.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. Like just get the. I'm looking for vibe here.
Yeah,
I can hit that little atmosphere.
Like moldy doesn't mean it needs to be literally moldy, but gets the vibe of it being moldy. I guess. No, yeah, but so acting's always been there for you, huh?
Yeah, but I mean.
It's nice that it clicked for you so like early into it too.
Yeah, because like I think for both of us, it didn't click until almost high school. Yeah. And I know that's how a lot of that's actually not true. I know some people get into it in like middle school, elementary school, or even earlier. Like I know there's a lot of people who start with dance when they're like 4.
Yeah, no, I almost wish that I started that early on so that like I could like because how like if people start things really early to get really good like. I mean, I know that's a bad way of thinking, but like, I was like, if I started acting in middle school, where would I be at right now?
That was my brain with football. I was like, my biggest regret is I wish I would have played football in middle school and high school. But everyone I talked to was like, Michael, you would have been broken.
Yeah, if you think your back is bad now, dude.
That was from a car crash. My back was fine before the car crash. Don't even start.
You could have been. You would have been crazy. Exactly. You would have been done by that car crash then.
Probably that. Yeah.
Yeah. No, it wasn't until like sophomore year when I did Curious Incident where I was like, wow, acting is kind of more than just a fun thing to do. It's almost like therapy, and it's also nice to have like that distraction too. Because I remember I had a similar situation when I did Midsummer Night's Dream at community college, because we were on our last day of tech week and my dad croaked. And I know that's a weird way of saying it, but it's just that's the way I cope with it. But anyway, yeah.
This was for, you said Midsummer Night's Dream?
Midsummer Night's Dream, yeah.
Oh, shoot.
It was like my first semester in college, and it was like he was in the hospital for COVID, and he died like the day before opening night. And so I got the call, and I was like, damn. So I went home, and then they almost canceled it. Okay, here we go. Thank you, Michael.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
My
so
dad is to give him a hug anytime he talks about his dad, him and Matthew.
yeah, it's a great comfort. But yeah, and then the next day I did the whole thing, and they were like, Simon, you didn't have to come here. And I was like, low key, like, this is kind of like therapy for me. Like, this is getting my mind off of it. And I even like put forth, you know, kind of what I was feeling into the performance. I think it was a great performance, personally. Like, I still think about it because I was Lysander, and there were parts where I was like, you know, just giving it everything I had. And I was like, and I was kind of doing it for my dad too. So it was, you know, it was kind of nice to do it because I think it's what he wanted me to do. So, you know, I think it's great to just keep going when things like that happen, and not just like sitting in the pain and with your thoughts and stuff.
I mean, that kind of perfectly captures it right there. I mean, it's not like that right there is like the, you know,
It's the part of art.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know. That's why I'm a big fan of like poetry and stuff like that. Nothing can describe sorrow and happiness like poetry. It's fucking.
Oh my gosh, that's what I'm learning right now in my poetry class. Like,
Dude, Franz Kafka, you should look into it.
I honestly I should be reading more poetry, because the thing is I write a lot, and
the Metamorphosis.
Yeah,
I fucking
this is insane.
yeah.
Sorry.
I haven't read that, but I need to.
It's good. It's good.
Yeah, I read a lot and I write a lot. I mean, no, I don't read a lot. That's what I'm saying. I write a lot, but I don't read enough. And like,
Enough reading.
that's like being an actor and not watching movies and not like watching other plays and stuff. Like, I'm literally not really learning anything other than like my workshops
Yeah.
and like reading what my classmates make. But like, honestly, like, poetry is so hard because it's like I never read poetry, and so I'm just like this. And so it all kind of sounds cliche almost, because I'm basing it off of like the basicness of poetry. And so I'm like, your hand is like the sun enveloping my soul with the warmth. Like, it's just like, I could be going deeper, you know? And when you read other poetry, you see what you can do. And like you said before, like early in the episode, take inspiration from others and really make something more than just another cliche poem, you know?
Yeah.
I say I don't read in terms of poetry. I mostly like most poetry I read is with song lyrics. I love.
Oh, song lyrics.
Yeah,
Holy
like
shit.
I read like I really seek that out in like really good songwriters, and but I've never really been much. I write kind of poetry sometimes, but it's like mostly when I do songwriting, things like that. But like I don't know, most of it like certainly the only thing I read is I'm a really big like Russian lit motherfucker. I love
Russian lit.
like I love like classical Russian like novels. That's like the only thing I read. And it's kind of been like, you know, in like a really fucked up way, you can kind of see that in like the way like, you know, I'm still necessarily from the stories, because the stories, you know, I do kind of steal from them like the psychological aspects, but you know, it's like I'm not gonna, you know, it's like this was like back in like fucking 19th century Russia, so I'm not gonna be able to so much. But you look at the way they write, and about the you know, the writing is kind of blunt. It's almost a visceralness to it where it's like,
Yeah.
and I kind of just want to like find a way to convert that into an American understanding where it's entertaining. You know.
I have a question for you, Nico. Since we were talking about Russia and you took a shot of vodka, do you believe that vodka is what won World War II? And this is like, I'm being 100% serious, because of like the whole thing about Stalingrad. If it wasn't for the invasion of Stalingrad, which failed, and the Russians being able to withhold with vodka and like potatoes and stuff.
Well, that's the thing. It's also the land. It's about adapting to the land. And Russians, I mean, they're literally, especially at that point in history, because I mean, the same thing happened with like Napoleon.
Yep.
where they get caught. They try to invade Russia, but the issue is the Russian land is so goddamn terrible to like navigate. That's why you read these Russian books. They're kind of depressing because they're fucking miserable.
Yeah, it's negative 10 degrees the entire time.
Yeah, I think vodka. Shit. The only reason they drink vodka is because they can't make nothing else.
Hey, listen, if you're drunk, you're not cold. So.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
So I think if you want to go into that, butterfly effect, I think definitely vodka has something to do with it.
Hey, and there we go. That was a spin-off.
That was a great one.
You just came up with it up.
Yeah, that's just an argument I've been having with people because they were like, Michael, that's not true. And I was like, listen.
Well, I'm glad you mentioned that because now we can say, say what you want in the comments, what you think.
Yeah, do you think vodka is what ended World War II? Or do you think the liberation of the Nazi encampment groups by the Allied powers and the freeing of Germany and the bombing of Berlin? Let me know.
You can have like a cocktail,
Yeah. Or was it just vodka? Anyways,
okay.
Let us know in the comments below.
Yeah. So Nico, so like we've mentioned before, it's our senior year. Things are coming to a close.
Yay, seniors.
Oh, yeah.
Yay, seniors.
Finally get out of here.
Now I know you're writing. I do want to hear about what you're working on now, but I also want to know what's next for you. What's next after college? Like, where
you going somewhere? Staying in the U?
I think eventually, yes. I think what I'm looking into doing is, I kind of want to direct. I kind of want to direct as many Richmond theaters as I can, depending on how available they are.
Yeah.
I really want to just like really build up directing resume.
Like your own stuff, or just like other stuff
others
first?
both. Depends on whatever I can get. Honestly, I really want to learn. So the only thing I've ever really directed is my own work.
Yeah.
So because of that, it's definitely different directing other people's works. I want to get that and build kind of the resume to where I can go out and really start making the projects I really want to make.
Yeah, I mean, you did say that you love doing research and you love getting to know characters. So I mean, even doing other people's plays might be like also really rewarding.
Yeah,
because you get to be like, I mean, I really like that wholly. I really like that aspect too. Like I think it's fun to like really do a deep dive on what these characters are beyond the surface.
And then you got to put the Nico spin on it.
Exactly.
Yeah, the
Then make it
Nikos-
crazy.
The people are craving the Nico spin.
The Nico spin. We all want the Nico spin.
Yes.
But yeah, so do you think you'll continue to act as well?
Oh, definitely. I think the thing with acting, I hate the acting industry. I mean, I feel like it's like just like
Yes.
I don't know. I feel like I'm pouring myself out sometimes. It's like I don't want to.
Yeah.
And like I will never. One of those reasons why, and this is this is where it gets into me being the artsy outweighs the everything else. Where I just can't live off commercials and things like doing things like that.
Yeah.
That like I think I'd rather be working like in an administrative job than like just doing commercial work and things like that just getting by. If I do that and then creating and then actually just being creative, I need something where I can fully go nuts with it.
Balls deep,
Yes, exactly. And that's why I love writing. I don't need to be in a play to write.
Yeah.
I don't need to be. I don't need to.
That's true.
I don't need to be doing this. I can show myself
around or anything.
Exactly. I can write whenever the fuck I want.
That's a big lesson that I was taught recently. Is that it's not going to be handed to you. You got to go out and get the thing and do the thing. So that's like another reason we've started this. But yeah. But yeah, speaking, you were talking about writing between a theater and a play and a screenplay. Would you ever want to direct like a screenplay?
Yes.
Cool.
I mean, I'm doing theater to get the film.
Yeah.
The truth is, I don't like theater. I love acting. I mean, in terms of plays, I like older plays. I'm not a fan of a lot of contemporary theater. Kind of like I don't like Shakespeare's fine and things like that, but like there's kind of even just like early like American theater things like that. I can get
Mid-century, like
exactly.
Crucible and
Yeah.
Chinatown. Yeah,
But I think a lot of contemporary.
Desire.
I think contemporary theater is boring. I think a lot of them. I think that a lot of contemporary theater is scared to be challenging in the same way that film is.
Ooh,
I really think
that's an interesting take.
Jinx.
Jinx, you want me to?
There are some there are some exceptions.
Hey, I can get you another shot of that.
Just kidding.
Yeah, the sludge.
Yeah, give me more of that blue sludge.
That's like very interesting because like I do agree with you on like some points about that, but then also like I think there's a few shows I think it's
There's
coming.
exceptions.
I think it's coming back. I think
Yes.
we went through this whole period between like post 9/11 up to COVID where we didn't get anything that had any death behind it. But now I think we're starting to slowly bring back like the, I don't want to say pain, but like true pain behind art and like
True honesty.
true honesty, true vulnerability. Yes,
I think we're in a completely new era, not just theater, but I think film. I think we are really entering a new era here where we got people our age, like things like look, right now, I'd argue there are probably more forms of art than there have ever been. You have movies, you have film, you have music. Every art is more accessible now. I feel like you really take at least like. I love Pinterest I love Pinterest going like art. Like look, think about like more than ever. Do you have a device where you can go and you can look at any form of art, most forms of art, just right there? We are now getting to an era where people are getting to an age where they have so many influences coming at them, whether it's video games too, like things like that, where
absolutely,
where it's like, all right,
Voice
I have
acting.
all these new understandings of storytelling that are moderately like recent, and it's all coming together, and they're pulling from all these things and putting it into one thing, whether it's theater, whether it's film. And I think a lot of that is really starting to show where we're getting a new era of this, like, I don't know what it is, but something about it feels more like...
More experimentation.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I never thought about it like that way, but you're right, because like now they're adapting movies into video games, video games into movies or
Yeah,
TV
they used to be
shows.
scared about doing that.
Yeah, but now they're...
Like I mean, sometimes
they still aren't.
sometimes it's like it doesn't work as well. But like I mean, the new Fallout series has been decent. I heard what is it? Oh shit. The
Outer Worlds?
No, it's a zombie thing.
Last of Us?
Last of Us. I heard that
Last of
season
Us.
1 was good.
Bro,
Man,
it wasn't as good. The Sonic movies, the Mario movies,
Yeah.
the Pokemon movies, like, come on.
And I think it's also bringing back a whimsy and joy to a bunch the older generation of people, which I think it's been a rough however many years for all of us. And I think that bringing back a little bit of whimsy and joy has been, pleasant at least. At least for me, being able to see like adults get excited about seeing a fucking Mario movie, like or a Sonic, like even people older than us, like, and not just like
it's people's childhood when they were at their most joyful era of their life,
and seeing that joy come back in a very I think the world's just a very rough and sad place, but seeing joy brought back into it, I think is beautiful.
Definitely.
But
yeah. But so tell us a little bit about that new project. I mean, I know you were telling me a little bit at the end of Crucible. I gotta hear more.
Yeah, I was informed 3 words about this, and I'm excited.
What was the 3 words? Wait, I don't have to see.
Play about Epstein.
Not about Epstein.
No. It's a little more complicated than that. And I definitely say it's a...
Did you say Epstein's your hero?
Okay.
Sorry.
Really, Michael?
Sorry.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
We're not cutting that.
You mean the financier?
Yeah, the financier.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's great. He's not great.
Yeah, so this one's a very
Oh no, this is me really pushing some
boundaries.
So look, it's it is an adaptation, but it's a complete reworking. It's an original. It's a French horror movie. Or called Eyes Without a Face, and it's pretty. It's something where at the time, watching it was something where I feel like a lot of people do. I saw it in theaters at the Bird, right?
Oh wow!
And one of the first things I noticed is that due to its age, I feel like people were laughing when they shouldn't have been because of the age of it, and it was just like, all right, there's just some really relevant themes in it that kind of, I don't know, it's hard to talk about because of how crazy the show is, I guess, or how crazy the movie is.
Yeah.
I guess to basically sum it up, basically, it's about a plastic surgeon. Like a very world-renowned plastic surgeon, and what happens is he gets in a car accident and his daughter's in the car with him, and it disfigures his daughter. So what happens is he has this new procedure that he's come up with, where basically he abducts women and puts their faces onto his daughter.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Yes.
Jeez.
And
That is. That is. Oh my god. That's an idea.
but you know, the thing is, there's a lot there.
Yeah.
If you really look at, all right, here's a guy who feels entitled to where, you know, he can do, you know, for a while he's trick, and these are things the movie doesn't. That's the thing. The movie itself does not, you know, it paints him sympathetic at points, and it works. Like I like the movie a lot, but it's a French movie not dealing with the same, with this would be an American doing this. I feel like it would be the psychology of an American doing this.
Yeah.
Is a completely different warped thing in my mind.
I also think that American film writers and directors don't have the same, like, because like if you watch anything by the French, it's just so, I don't even want to say out there, but so influential and like almost, I don't like. Have you seen The Bicycle Thief?
Oh no,
It's a good one. But they're always just like, I don't know how to explain it, but they're always just pushing boundaries to see how far they can get and truly tell a story, which is surprising because the French are assholes.
yeah.
Sorry, French.
Sorry, French. We love you. Wow.
But yeah, no, like
We love you. That if you watch us.
sure. But yeah, so like that's like I'm really intrigued on.
It's, you know, but it's something where I don't, you know, I think this is the most difficult thing I ever wrote, to be honest. Like, I really like, this is something where I really broke down the psychology. Like, I really wanted to say, all right, like, puts people in the scenario, what happens, then, like, whether it's, you know, desensitized to what you're doing, and then, you know, things like that, or also, you know, like, the whole aspect of, he has an assistant. In the movie, I made some changes. I made a completely original character to where the assistant is a student of his.
Okay.
Whereas as opposed to the movie, it's a stepmother who doesn't really add, like, they kind of, I feel like she's underutilized in the movie. And I wanted to say, but I was like, all right, you know, I want to take someone where, all right, let's give him an assistant, you know, this character who falls into the trap of, all right, here's a doctor who is fully confident in what he's doing, who is like, I know what I'm doing this for, He's really full of shit. He's just a narcissist.
Okay.
But, you know, but then let's take a guy, you know, and then he gets red pilled by a surgeon pretty much.
Oh wow.
I mean, that's really generalizing what happens, but, you know, it's this aspect of, you know, what does it take, you know, to really manipulate someone into doing something like this?
So was that like the main idea of the project?
Partially. I mean, yeah, it's a lot of those.
Like
It really is.
What pushes people to do these extremes?
Yes.
Kind of?
And I think a lot, but I like the idea was the implant psychology I see and have read up a lot on in the government, in people in people of power, people like Epstein.
Okay, that's
People, like the like really like breaking down what we know about how it, like, decision, you know, how they justify themselves, how they do it, all this, and do all this. And like I'm talking about these two, but the daughter is also the main character here, where she's the one that has to stop this.
Yeah.
And do all this.
That's so interesting. And you're planning on doing this for like a play or like?
Yeah, it's a play. Like it's a stage adaptation. Like there's a lot of things.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
Like I'm really excited to see like where this goes and what you do with it. Because like my brain's already like, you know, chugga choo chooing, and I'm like, oh, that would be so cool.
That's such a
What about
that
this?
out there idea that I feel like, I mean, it's definitely some body horror.
Yeah, I guess that's saying. The very least, it's, you know, it's theater of cruelty. That's what I'm a big theater of cruelty. Like I've like, even before we talk, like a lot of my stuff is based on theater of cruelty. I've read a lot of like the Antonin Artaud.
Yeah.
Like I've already read, like I have some of his books and things like that. He's someone who's a major influence for me, just because I very much am in the root of always writing for social commentary, for things like that. Even if it's not like, even if we're not talking about politics, we're talking about people. We're talking about people behave. We're talking about people think. You know.
Yeah.
That is the basis of everything I want to do. I very much just want to communicate like real, like, and not just be like, oh, this is the bad guy, this is a good guy. I want to break down, like, I want to just be realistic.
Yeah. I mean, like bad guys and good guys don't really exist in real life. Like, you know, there's not really a good person and a bad person. I mean, with some
disagree a little bit,
with
but
some exceptions.
yeah.
There are things that, you know, they're, you know, objective good, objective bad, but again, I mean, that's the issue. Everything is objective because everything's a fucking, like, construct bullshit, It's,
Right.
But there's a common understanding of what we know is good. We know murder's bad. I'd like,
Yeah.
things like that. So, again, it's playing around with those kind of concepts pretty much. Morality. I love writing about morality.
Which is so cool.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. But our final question for you today, Nico, is so we've talked about how you write, you act, you're composing, and we were just wondering, is there any other facet of like art you want to explore outside of like the main ones you've already done?
Yeah.
Like, are you gonna pottery it up? Like, we'll do some ghosts,
I paint sometimes, but I'm not good. I'm not not good. I just paint for the sake of painting. Yeah. This is still, it falls under writing kind of, but like I really want to write for a video game.
That would be so.
But like I want to world build so bad. Like I have something like I really want to make a surrealist I really just want to flesh out like a whole world. I have so many ideas for like all that stuff, like something where it's like you give me something where it's like like kind of like a From Software kind of like Dark Souls like I love to be in charge of something like that and really just like really build up and write an entire world, like story building. Like I play video games solely for like I love
You love the story.
I love especially like environmental. Like I like I was telling Danny about this recently where it's like I like video games as a directing exercise.
Yeah.
Because, or third person video games specifically, because, you control the camera.
Yeah.
You are like, you can play a game and you can set it up and create a shot and things like that. And I just love going through and playing like stuff like that. And just, that's like kind of understanding I have for, and that's like kind of like, I really want to get into that. I know nothing about like video games, like coding bullshit like that, but
But I mean, that's the easiest part. You find someone who can, and then you just be like, bleh.
Yeah, make something crazy.
Yeah, that's so cool. Like I can just imagine like the aspects of your brain put into a video game, and I'm low-key hyped about it. It's like, it kind of reminds me of like if Silent Hill met Resident Evil, if met Fallout, if met Red Dead, if also met like a little bit of Outlast,
Dying Light,
a little bit of Dying Light,
Yeah.
But then because like those are all like relatively dark games, but you're not that as dark as those games are. That's when I think like Red Dead.
Yeah,
it's like
I think I have a sense of humor or something.
you have a great sense of humor.
Yes.
So like it's just you have a very dry and sardonic, and that's what I love about it. Because that's my sense of humor.
Yeah. I hope to see on an indie game on Steam or something.
Yeah.
For $5.
And if you need voice actors, we got you got two right here.
Narrated by Michael inside it. That's cool.
Gosh, guys, watch out!
Well, I was in Grey Hill Incident, so if you played that game, Ufumi is whatever his
What
name
are you
is.
talking about? That is that like a
It's like
phone game or is it Steam game?
it's a Steam game where like aliens like.
Wait, is this the one that I think it is? Hold on.
I didn't even know I was in this game until like I saw it on IMDb, and I was like, "What? Was that me?"
No way, you were in this game?
Yeah, I played the kid.
You're the kid?
Yeah.
Who gets like abducted?
Yeah.
No way!
You know that game, Michael?
Yes! No way! Hold on.
Oh yeah, because Queso played it.
Yeah.
So I think you watched it.
Well, there's so many people I know who.
Did they just? You didn't know what this? Did they search like, hey, Simon
Skinner, what the fuck?
Wait, is it there?
Yeah, dude! Michael, Officer Simon Skinner.
Yeah, dude. No, I didn't even know. Me and Matthew were looking in professional prep, and I was looking at my IMDb, and I was like, wait, I'm in Grey Hill Incident?
This game is awesome as what?
Yeah.
Dude, that's so cool.
I have to actually play it though, because I
Hey, famous people, let's get the director and stuff on this, you know?
Hey, that's a fiber
TV show adaptation?
Oh my gosh, that's sick.
How long ago was this?
2023.
Yeah, this is like,
but like
a good amount. I didn't find out until like a couple months ago, so it's been out for
How'd you like find like how? So you didn't know what you're voicing? Like what was it?
Well, sometimes they don't show me like what I do. Like they ask, like, you're playing this boy for this game. Voice act send it to me, and then they don't send me the product or tell me like it's out or something. So, and I did a lot of voice acting during that year, and so I didn't know exactly what I was doing.
that's crazy. That's so cool.
I'm glad you know about it because I was like,
Dude, that's a really popular game.
is it really?
Like it's because it's like one of those weird indie games that like everyone for some reason played at least once.
Yeah.
Like if you look it up on YouTube, like 4,000 people have.
It doesn't have great
Like-
reviews. I did see that, but
Everyone loved the demo.
yeah. Oh yeah, the demo. Yeah,
The demo
I think
was,
I'm
like,
in the demo too because it's right at the beginning of the game where I'm like, it's so we'll have to watch the clips.
Can you do a let's play?
But I'm like,
let's play.
yeah, let's do a let's play episode.
I'm so.
Where like Queso tells me to shut up because I'm like, can I get a Coke? Or I don't even know. It was something like that.
I'm gonna have to watch this episode after this so I can be like, oh my gosh, my friends. I'm gonna DM Queso and be like, hey Queso, my name is Michael Mayberry, and my friend Simon Skinner was in that show in that game Grey Hill Incident, and you yelled at him, and we would love to have you on our podcast. Yeah, thank you and much love. We cannot pay you.
Yes. Sorry, and it was 2 years ago.
It was 2 years ago, but you know Grey Hill Incident. You played it, and I can pull up your video.
Yeah, so check out Queso's
Yeah,
great
check out
incident.
Queso.
Great incident.
We go Queso or Modest Pelican. It's
Pelican.
yeah, Modest Pelican's really funny. Drink lots of water. But yeah,
Yeah, I mean,
I think that's insane.
yeah.
Oh, that's so cool. But
But Nico,
yeah, Niko.
thank you.
I'm about to play.
Thank you so much for being on a Dreamcast on our podcast. You know, it's been a great episode. Thank you for taking a shot with me.
Anytime.
If I did take it alone, I would have cried.
I'll
Yeah,
never let that happen.
I would have cried.
he'll never let you take a shot alone. Call him any times of the day.
That's right. And he is my drinking buddy when I go to parties. I'm finding Niko Wilkins.
Do it.
Goddamn right.
One time I went to a function and I had nothing. I just came from work and Niko was like, bro, I got you. And hand me like 6 shooters.
I put up with the bag. Yeah, I forgot.
My favorite thing is Halloween. He's dressed up as Jesus, and I walk up to him, and he pulls out a bottle of wine and goes, "Hey, God bless." Down in the wine. I was like, "That's my Niko."
Oh my gosh.
But
That is
yeah.
so funny.
Thank you so much, Niko.
Thanks for having me.
We'll put all of your information so people can get in contact. In our bios and all that, or not in our bios, but in the thingamabobs.
Social Security.
Yeah, we'll leave the social security into.
We're not bleeping it.
No, we don't bleep anything.
Don't bleep anything.
Everything is exactly the way we leave it.
Yeah, if you want us to bleep it, we're not doing that.
I dropped the full interview.
We're not
Yeah,
doing
exactly. How are we supposed to get the like full thing? But yeah, thank you, Niko, for coming on and talking a little bit about you. It's thank you for everyone, the 4 people listening. It's like, subscribe, and let's get ready for the next one.
that. All right.
Bye.
Bye.